Welcome back to Good Morning Football. Jerry Rice is on the show.
That's right.
I'm kind of nervous to meet him. I've never met him before.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah?
He's going to have a great time.
Incredible
Excited.
presence, Jerry
Very
Rice.
smiley.
Yeah, you were saying that yesterday.
This guy walks in the room, you know it's Jerry Rice.
Peter, when they got him in the Hall of Fame, the person who spoke for him, what was the speech to get Jerry
I think it was Nancy Gay. She got up there and she just said two words. She said, my presentation for Jerry Rice is Jerry Rice.
Okay. Let's go.
Let's go.
Special treat in store for all of you viewers out there. Also, Will Selva's out in the newsroom in Culver City, keeping his eye on everything.
Speaking of the GOAT.
Yeah, he is one of the GOATs for sure. Listen, 6 teams are on a bye. What's going on with quarterbacks? Let's go to Carolina, talk about the status of Mr. Cam Newton.
Yeah, there's a lot of uncertainty there, okay, guys. Good morning to you and good morning, everyone. Well, in Charlotte, you see Kyle Allen. He will certainly assume his position under center as he has since week 3. Now, Allen winning 5 of his last 6 starts in place of Cam Newton. And Allen filling in for Newton, who continues to rehab his foot injury. Newton is on the team's active roster, but there's still uncertainty over whether he'll be placed on injured reserve for the balance of the season. Head coach Ron Rivera and Allen continue to have to answer questions about Newton, which Rivera thinks isn't fair to the Panthers' current starting QB.
And you mentioned nothing really seems to faze Kyle. Do you think for him to get up here week after week, game after game, it makes it more complicated for him to have to answer questions about Cam Newton, another quarterback on the roster every time? I know it's us asking him, but
that's exactly it. That's where it becomes complicated. I mean, the truth of the matter is if you didn't ask it, it wouldn't be a bother. And I mean that. I mean, I give you an answer and tell you what it is. You know, as far as I'm concerned, I'm not sure why it's continued being brought up. You know, every Monday I'd be happy to answer the opening question, answer the elephant in the room, and then move on. And I think, you know, for him, you know, he goes about it because it's asked. And that's the truth. I mean, it really is. I mean, you know, I know you guys have to do a job and try to get information, but I'm going to tell you, I'm telling you the truth. Okay, I'm telling you what I know. I'm not going to get up here and make a story. If I'm going to tell you exactly what I know, okay, and what these guys know is what I tell them. And to me, it's the truth.
Coach Rivera not holding back. Meanwhile, the Jets could be facing the possibility of being without running back Le'Veon Bell. Bell undergoing an MRI on his knee. Now, head coach Adam Gase didn't want to speculate on it, but did say something didn't feel right for Bell. Gase referring to the situation as, quote, gray. Bell averaging a career-low 3.3 yards per carry this season. Sure, X's and O's, scheming, strategizing, Lamar Jackson, all have played a part in the Ravens' success this season, but for head coach John Harbaugh, it goes much deeper than that. Harbaugh believes in the mystical powers of his belt. Harbaugh revealing to our Mike Silver that he wears a special black belt with purple stitches. Harbaugh vowed that if the team had a 6-2 start or better at the halfway portion of the schedule, he would give everybody belts. He said it might be expensive, but everyone is indeed getting one. And I know, Nate, if Mike Tice had given you a leather belt with purple notches, you'd be into it, right?
100%. You give me a belt with purple notches right now, I'm going to rock it.
I mean, what is
Yeah,
what are we
you
rocking
are.
today?
Oh, this is Budo.
Yeah.
Popeye?
Yeah.
Spinach eating. Is he the bad guy?
Yeah,
I
he's
don't
the bad
know.
guy.
All right, thank you so much.
Sometimes it's good to be the bad guy.
Sometimes it is, like Lamar Jackson saying, I'm the bad guy in this league. And you got the best of the Patriots defense, of course, on Sunday night. No, it really is. It's the guy from
I know. I'm transfixed by it. I like the hamburger guy.
New England and Belichick.
He's a thief, man.
They had no answers for the young quarterback. Oh, no, they didn't. And with more in the aftermath from this game, what's up, Mike Giardi?
Good morning, Kay. What happened to the #1 rated New England Patriot defense, the one that was making the 2000 Ravens and the 85 Bears blush? I'll tell you what happened to him. Lamar Jackson. And no, Lamar didn't put up this ridiculous statistical game on Sunday night when the Patriots were knocked off from the ranks of the unbeaten. But what he did was control the football game. And one of the underrated things about Lamar Jackson is because he's so deft handling the ball and hiding the football, it really creates lanes and holes for Mark Ingram and Gus Edwards et al. That maybe wouldn't normally be there. And Ingram was talking about that in the post-game scenario. He said, so many eyes are on Lamar. And sometimes, all of a sudden, I've got the ball and I've busted into the second level, and guys are still looking in the backfield while I'm running by him. He said, it certainly benefits our offense. The other thing that can't be understated here is the job that Greg Roman has done tailoring this offense to Lamar Jackson's talents. Really a terrific job in their script early on. the touchdown on the long drive, a field goal, and then another touchdown on their third drive of the game. Really a credit to Roman and what he's done with this young quarterback.
Thanks, Giardi. Guys, I went to the dark place at his Twitter yesterday. Spent a lot of time there bodying fans bodying me over things like the Patriots and the Ravens. And a lot of Patriots fans think, well, if we get back to the playoffs, we're beating them. They didn't even blitz. They didn't give them all they had because they know they're going to face them and beat them round 2. The numbers don't say so. The Patriots have lost their last 5 postseason games in rematches against teams that defeated them in the regular season. Of course, it goes back to 2015, quite a bit ago. But still, this is a weird sort of stat. The results, all losses in round 2. So that brings us to a little believe it or not. Hey! Would the Ravens be expected to beat the Patriots if they do meet again in the playoffs? Believe it or not?
I believe it.
Yeah.
Okay, you're bodying fans?
Yeah,
I was getting I was you know what I was doing?
No.
Procrastinating from doing anything productive. So I sat there on my couch and was like, yeah, bro. I did
Did you
that.
use your elbows?
Top row?
Kind of. I was like,
Yeah.
Wow.
it was bad. It was bad. I'll never do it again. I do it like once every couple of months.
Get it out of the system.
You guys probably
Flush it
muted
out.
me. Yeah, I was just like over it.
Once
I'm
every-
doing my top 5. My
it's
five.
not fun.
Yeah.
Not fun.
no
Not
win
easy.
there.
Dan Hansis, I love you.
Okay.
Not easy.
Yeah, those streets are tough, aren't they? I'm going to say that the Ravens should be favorites, and everyone's going to point to that rematch when it happens, and it'll probably be in Foxborough. And guys, I'm going to give you a bonus right now. My top 5 head coaches in the NFL right now: Bill Belichick, Pete Carroll, Sean Payton, Doug Peterson, and John Harbaugh. John Harbaugh has been to Foxborough in the playoffs. He won an AFC title game in Foxborough. He won another game by about 30 points.
Okay.
And he ain't never had Lamar when he did it. I love the Patriot mystique and everything. I don't think John Harbaugh or Lamar are afraid of it. They should be favorites.
Lamar Jackson had a playoff game experience last year. Maybe
Should've.
that helps him this year, but it didn't go well. And if this game is played in New England, I can't pick against the Patriots.
Even Harbaugh and the Ravens, everything I just said.
And Harbaugh's beaten the Patriots in New England twice now in a playoff game. And yet, if you look at the last 9 times the Patriots have been home in the playoffs, it's a win, 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 it's a win. And you're bringing in Lamar Jackson in just his 2nd career playoff run. I don't care if they go 14-2. If the Patriots are home in this game, I can't pick against New England at home in a playoff game. Just not in recent history. Brady, 42 years old, going up against a young buck in his building after a week to prepare. No. I'm going with the Patriots at home.
You said you can't pick against the Patriots at home. Kyle, you said it's probably going to be in New England. Maybe it's not. In the last 6 games, Tom Brady, 7 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. What if he's trending in that direction for the rest of the season? And what if the Ravens are trending in the same direction? I feel like when it comes to games like this, knowing that they might meet again in the postseason, it's just like when we played Madden. You're only as good as your last game. So until the Patriots prove that they could beat the Baltimore Ravens, guess what? I'm going to say that the Baltimore Ravens are a better team than the New England Patriots.
Does it do anything to the rest of the AFC, the Chiefs, the other teams, the Colts, the Texans, knowing that it's watching that game Sunday night and seeing that the Patriots are vulnerable? Does it actually do something to them?
It was the scene from the movie 300. It was Xerxes getting cut, and for the first time us seeing that he was human. And all of a sudden, we're looking at Tom Brady, Bill Belichick, Josh McDaniels, everybody on that staff, players and coaches, the boogeymen unmasked like an episode of Scooby-Doo, and we're seeing
Bloods in the
for the
water.
first time that this team isn't as strong as they said.
I also think of those quarterbacks, Mahomes and Watson, and guys like that who think, okay, I'm not Sam Darnold or Baker Mayfield or Luke Falk. I'm like Lamar Jackson. I'm a gamer. I'm a guy who's going to go out and win that game. They haven't played many great quarterbacks, the Patriots. They finally played one, and they lost.
Let's move on. Right now, it's been a frustrating season for the Browns and their fans. Odell Beckham Jr. certainly hasn't put up the numbers that many were expecting. He has just 1 touchdown this year. I mean, Taysom Hill has more touchdowns than Odell Beckham Jr. Believe it or not, the Browns offense is struggling because they're not getting the ball to Odell Beckham Jr. enough, Nate.
No, that's not it. As much as I want to say throw the ball to Odell, and I've said it on this show, that's not the reason why they're losing. The reason why they're losing is play calling. There's a lack of creativity. You know, we've talked about it here at the table. Freddie Kitchens, this is your life. You're like a man that is broke and all of a sudden is blessed with millions of dollars. How are you going to go spend it? And right now he's not spending that money wisely. He's not using that talent wisely. And then the second tier of that is Baker Mayfield just isn't playing well. He's not playing like a guy who had 27 touchdowns and didn't start till week 3, and that was a rookie passing record. He's playing like a guy who's been sipping on his own Kool-Aid, and that's to keep it real.
I think it's lemonade, actually.
And listen, you know, thing is, maybe he's not. You know, we make a big deal about the commercials and him being everywhere. Yeah. That's what you're supposed to do. There's 1,000 other guys in the league that are taking advantage of opportunities, making money off the field.
Yeah, dude.
I just feel like Baker Mayfield has regressed tremendously, and that's part of their struggles.
It reminds me of Blake Griffin. He used to do all these commercials, and then he gets in the NBA playoffs, and they would run them, and he was never in the games. But I don't look at Baker. I'm looking at Jim Tomsula 2.0, which is what I'm calling Freddie Kitchens. The classic, like the positional coach who the player's really close with, and screw it, let's hire him. I mean, it's like a Disney movie, like Hockey Mom President. It's absolutely crazy what's going on here. And all of our worst fears the whole offseason, well, they got a lot of talent. What about that coach? They're all coming true. If I see talent and no wins, you look at the head coach. I think that loss for them this past week was worse than the Jets lost to the Dolphins. I mean, they lost to Brandon Allen. You can't do that. You can't do it. I look at the coach. It has to be him.
What was the Disney movie with Tony Danza, that garbage?
The kicker in Philadelphia. Yeah, it's basically what's going on in Cleveland. Yes.
Put it on my list.
Odell certainly, you're fine. Odell certainly doesn't help them, though. I mean, he hasn't had the season. They traded a first-round pick. They traded Jabril Peppers. They traded a third-round pick. And everyone thought, oh, my gosh, like, we got Odell back. He's not been anything special either. So.
We had a holiday on the show, Peter, that day. The next day after they got Odell.
It was the biggest
Browns
news.
robe.
I mean, you wore a Browns robe.
Yeah.
Nate got the jersey.
We were way into it.
And I think it was warranted. He's one of the most exciting players. But this guy's got no sizzle this year, and I don't blame him. But it certainly would help giving the ball to one of the best playmakers in all of football. They don't give him the ball, and I feel like
irrelevant.
It's a completely irrelevant player in a season that's been completely irrelevant for the Cleveland Browns fans.
Impromptu, believe it or not,
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield deserves the venom he gets for his post-game outfit.
Yeah, and did you see
He
the
does?
follow-up now? So everyone said he looked like one of the Wet Bandits, and then Macaulay has tweeted now.
man, I didn't see
Macaulay tweeted with a can of paint saying, Baker Mayfield, I'm here ready for you. I'm not kidding. Macaulay Culkin did. It's fantastic.
Macaulay's brother's name?
Kieran!
He's my favorite. Kieran.
Kylie's still ready?
Yes, he's ready
Oregon
to paint,
Morning
dude.
Football.
You got the micro machines
On
lined
the
up
way.
and everything.
Hey, Kyle,
Yeah.
you've been gone, but I heard in the hallways whispers of a repeat champion in Angry Runs.
Look, it's possible. Somebody's checking in who wants another crown, and it's somebody we all love, and it might be on the left right there.
Oh, boy.
Kiddo wants this thing bad.
I was up all
Get it.
night doing power rankings for week 10, only the top 5, and it was really that hard. I mean, the Ravens beat the Patriots.
There's
Should
no
they
right
be above
answer.
the Patriots?
Kyle,
No, right?
Be careful with angry runs, man.
What do you mean?
I'm just saying, there's some people beefing about getting ran
What?
over.
Yeah, people get mad. Oh, really?